So I don't believe I've covered any stories that have came out of India before, apart from when we highlighted that Richard Huckle had spent some time there on his travels abroad. If you haven't seen that Richard Huckle video, by the way, it will be linked down in the description below. Go give that one a watch after this video if you're interested. But some news has recently come out of India that has been picked up by the media quite literally all over the world, and of course it's now came to my attention, and now I'm sharing this story with you guys. What's this most recent news, you might be asking yourself? Well, if you've read the title of this video, then yes, recently rival gang members in India dressed up as lawyers snuck into a courtroom and opened fire on a rival gang member who was up for various criminal charges, including 19 murders and attempted murders. So yeah, we're talking about some serious criminals here. The most recent shooting is the result of an ongoing feud between two people, that being Jitender Maan, aka Jitender Gogi, aka the man who was shot dead in court, versus Sunny Maan, aka Tillu Tajpuriya. The two, believe it or not, were once childhood friends and student politicians, but would go on to become deadly rivals, and for more than a decade have fought a bloody turf war that spilled blood on the streets of Haryana. Both men did fairly well academically and would go on to study at Delhi University. Here they got sucked into the world of student politics, which some believe was the start of their bitter feud. But again, it's up for debate because it isn't exactly clear why. Some trace the origins to 2010 during some student elections. They'd both ended up supporting two different candidates for the vice president. Allegedly, Tillu and his associates had beaten one of Jitender's friends up, and the feud started from there. It's believed to have escalated in 2012 when Jitender's gang allegedly shot one of Tillu's friends, and around this time it's believed both were involved with local criminals. Up until 2013, Jitender was known to police for petty crime in the pockets of Outer Delhi, but would raise to the #1 position after a high-level gangster by the name of Neetu Dabodia was murdered in the region, and in 2015 Neetu's direct rival Neeraj Bawana would be arrested in connection with his murder. So this left a power vacuum and Jitender ate it up, but just like we've seen time and time again all over the world, this only means one thing: you're soon to have a bitter rival, and that rival was none other than his former friend Tillu. It's believed by 2015 the two were engaged in a full-on turf war with each other. From 2013, Jitender is believed to have taken part in at least 19 murders and attempted murders, extortion, contract killing, kidnapping and land grabbing. Although the number 19 is believed to be the official number of murders and attempted murders he's been involved in, the number unofficially is believed to be much higher because people were scared to come forward. The most notable contract killing that Jitender was said to have taken part in took place on the 10th of October 2017. Harshita Dahiya, a singer, was murdered, planned out by her brother-in-law Dinesh Karala. Jitender didn't take any money from Dinesh, rather asked for one promise in return, and that is for Dinesh to align himself with Jitender and kill a member of Tillu's gang. Another notable incident went down on the 18th of June 2018. Here, members of both rival gangs had a shootout in Barari. 4 people were killed, 2 believed to have not had any ties with the gangs. According to a policeman who spoke to the media after Jitender's death, he would go on to say this: "Over the years, Jitender became more daring, as was evident from the shootout on the city streets in broad daylight. Less than a month before he was arrested last year, talking of 2020, Jitender and his gang members stopped a man whom they suspected of supporting his rivals. They fired 48 rounds into the middle of the market. Of the 48 bullets, the man was hit with 26 of them, killing him on the spot." But it seems like in 2021, criminals all around the world like to post on social media for some reason, and even though he'd been evading capture for 4 years at this point, one of Jitender's associates was posting pictures onto Facebook of their trip to Starbucks out of all places, and with this, police were able to track down the #1 most wanted man, and eventually Jitender was apprehended. He was charged in relation to several cases, including various murders, attempted murders, extortion, kidnap, contract killing and land grabbing. Which brings us up to the latest update, and on the 24th of September 2021, so Friday that's just passed, Jitender was to appear in court where he's standing trial in relation to his charges, but you guessed it, he was gunned down in court by two gang members dressed as lawyers. Police in the courtroom are believed to have immediately opened fire as soon as the shots rang out, which would leave both of them dead, and Jitender was later pronounced dead in hospital. A woman intern was also hit by a bullet, but it's believed she'll go on to make a full recovery. To make this story all the more crazy though, it's believed that Tillu had called the hit from his prison cell and was getting live updates as this was all going down. A lot of people were now asking questions as to how the gunmen were able to get inside the courtroom with firearms, given the fact that they would have had to walk through metal detectors in order to get in there. Some are believing someone on the inside may have had a helping hand in this situation. But a bit of a different one, I don't normally cover stuff coming out of India. Of course, I am open to covering stories anywhere. And if you guys want to send me a story no matter where you live in the world, feel free to drop me a message on my Instagram. It will be linked down in the description below. I'll take a look into it and maybe I'll cover it on the channel. But give the video a like for more crime related content like this, and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't. It's been me, Huncho, and I'll see you in the next one.